Okay, so 4-8 is a nice easy section at the end of this chapter, and all we're doing is solving triangles. Now what that means is I'm going to give you some pieces of this triangle. Maybe I'll give you a side, or maybe I'll give you an angle, and it has to be a right triangle, and then we're going to find the missing pieces. Okay, so what I want you to do every time is draw your box, draw your three angles, your three sides, even though some of the pieces are going to be given to you. Now, what we need to do here is also remember the Pythagorean theorem and that the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Those will help us find some pieces easily. So let's go ahead and jump into an example here. Okay, so we have this triangle right here, and we're given some information. So let me tell you what you're given. You're given that A is equal to 20 and that angle B is equal to 41.5. Okay, so we need to solve for the rest of the given information. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my box. Angle A, angle B, and angle C. Side A, side B, side C. Well, C is given to us that it's a right angle. This is given. So this is 90. And B is 41.5. So then finding angle A, we would just subtract 180 minus 90 minus 41.5, and that will give us 48.5. Now we're given that side A is 20, and so now we need to find those missing sides. Well, I'm going to find B first. So cosine of angle B, 41.5, is equal to B over C. Or I'm sorry, A over B. A over C. So that would be 20 over C. Well, solving for C then, we would have, we can flip both of those fractions and multiply by 20 on both sides, so we have 20 over cosine 41.5 equals C. And then that would mean C is 26.7 when we plug that in our calculator. Now, this is the biggest mistake I see students make. They forget to put their calculator back in degrees. They leave it in radians. Make sure that when you're working with degrees, your mode is in degrees. Make sure when it's in radians, you're working in radians. So side C here is going to be 26.7. Now, if I know that one and I know this one, I can use the Pythagorean theorem. So we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that would be 20 squared plus b squared equals 26.7 squared. And b, when we solve, will be 17.7. And that is finishing up our problem. So our triangle is solved. I have my box. I have all 6 things in it. And that is actually the end of section 4-8.